Wait, hold up. You telling me you never heard about YAK?
Nah, man.
If they only knew?
Nah, I haven't.
Come on, man. Joe Chapo,
Man, let me see.
right on the hill.
Mo Gucci.
Yeah, the ones from the Bronx.
What?
Man, they're the truth to the streets.
For real?
Watch.
Man, let me see that
Look
shit.
at me.
Yo, I see that shit. Oh, shit.
New York till they die.
What?
Repping every day.
BX?
Oh, come on, man.
Man, let me see that.
I talk, you watch, coming in hot from the BS to the block. We got Joe Chapo and Light on the Hill. You know the drill. Hit that like button, you know the deal. Yeah, we the truth of the streets. If they only knew. We the truth of the streets. If they only knew. We the truth of the streets. We the truth of the streets. We the truth of the streets. If they only knew.
What up? You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe Chapo back in the building. Another edition of If
Camera,
They
Joe,
Only Knew. As always, got your boy Main Light on the hill. What up, man?
Joe, your camera, bro.
Oh shit. What we taking for the time? What up? You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe Chapo back in the building. Another edition of If They Only Knew. As always, you got your boy Main Light on the hill. What up, man?
Yo, what's up, Talk? Is first of all, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget that bell. Fill up to all the way all, and you get all our videos and lives first thing smoking.
Yo, man. You already know we got another banger today, shit, yo. You already know we've been trying to make this shit happen for the longest, yo. You already know. For the people that don't know, sir, please introduce yourself.
Man, what's up, folks? What, man? I appreciate you, brothers. Real, that's for starters, man. I'm YAK, Chicago's finest, man. You know, I'm a Chicago project, baby. You know what I'm saying, man? But man, did a whole lot of traveling, man. But man, I'm from the south side of the shop, man. I come from one of the famous projects there, Stateway Gardens, better known as the low end. It's the home of the growth and development movement, free to cheap Larry Hoover. You already know what it is. You know, I came up under that mob.
Shit, yeah.
I definitely came under
Well,
that
shit,
mob.
yes. Let's just dive right into it then, yeah. Since you say you from the Gardens, tell us about, where you from, how you came up, yeah.
Man, it was it was a little rough. You know what I mean? I was the third out of four kids. I was the baby boy. So you know what I mean. My brothers, they was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I pretty much had to follow suit. So it's like, man, it was kind of tough, but you gotta adapt. You know what I mean? You gotta adapt, man. Definitely was real out there.
Now you say you from the Gardens and shit. What was that like, yeah?
Man, it was crazy for real, man. It was a lot going on, and I was like, man, it was a lot going on. And it's like my mom, she was trying to keep a grip on our ass, but you know how that is with boys. We were doing too much out there, man. It was early on. They stopped put bullshit in the air for motherfuckers to do, and we jumped out there and took the bait like everybody else do. You know what I mean? I actually got sad, but I got plugged into the organization at 8 years old, man. At 8 years old.
8 years old. So I'm assuming this is a family thing. You know what I mean? It's a generational thing.
It's basically, man. I ain't had no choice. You know what I mean? For real. My entire family was GDs, bro. It's like, man, it was. I was indoctrinated into that shit for real. But it's like, you adapt and you learn. And it's part of the culture. It definitely the shit they doing now. It wasn't like that when I was coming up. It was more structure. You know what I mean? It was more put together and had some cause behind it, yo. You know what I mean?
So I know we kind of talked about this before. I notice every time you say it, you say growth and development, and everybody knows it today as the gangster disciples and shit. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, how do you feel about where it started to where it's at today?
man, totally different. You know what I mean? Growth and development was basically put together to implement, police, protect, and man, watch over our fucking community, man. That's what it was established for. Now you know how it go when all the bullshit gets sprinkled and through into your lap, shit start going sideways and everybody don't stay the course. But you know what I mean? It was implemented to be more good than bad. But you know how it go. Everybody get the man shit. They flooded the hoods
I
everywhere
mean,
with bullshit. You
I
know.
mean, it's all in the fucking name, yo. Growth and development and shit. You know what I mean? I don't see how it went from growth and development to gangster disciples either. And shit, yo. Like that's like the Black Panthers and shit, yo, turning into a fucking criminal organization and shit, yo. Like I don't
It's like,
understand, yo.
man, it was, and it's like, man, you had more, and they put it. You see, they still got Chief buried, man, and it was like he wasn't that dude. He wasn't pushing all the negativity. He wasn't pushing that movement. You know what I mean? He knew what was going. You know what I mean? That wasn't the cause and effect of what he wanted to do. But shit happens. Everybody
Yeah,
everybody partaked in that same type of life. The difference is the Italians, all the other creeds and nationalities, they became senators and shit. We all went to prison. That was the only
mm,
difference. You know what I mean? Man, every race in Chicago had gangs, man. You know what I mean? They just buried
yeah.
us. Everybody else got to elevate. You know?
Damn, yo.
I mean,
I
it's
didn't
just
look at it like that.
I mean, it's just like with us, right? You know, we was getting the press as a building on in a block that was in the middle of like major
Neighborhood.
I mean, these blocks got anywhere from 50 to 100. You know, back in the day in New York, because we wasn't really in gang time. Like we was bike gangs, yeah, but not so much street gangs like Blood or Crips. It was more of a posses. So you usually
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
have 50 to 100 people in this posse, and now one building we have about maybe 15 people tops. So we
Yeah.
always was
Oh,
and we always getting bullied at a young age. So we got oppressed, and that's what made us start what we started. So it's kind of kind of
Yeah.
like
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah. It was,
absolutely.
and how it was with us, man. We had, man, the whole State Street, man. You ride down State Street on the highway. It's just, man, from the low end, start down in the 17th Street, because in Chicago they go by streets, 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks, so on and so on, so on,
Oh,
all the way up. So from the low end in the 17s all the way up to 59th, it's all projects. You know what I mean? It's just all projects in each building. This where the trickery came in. Each building basically was, everybody wasn't on the same motherfucking team. You know what I mean? So you might have
yeah,
this building.
that's crazy.
This building might be GDs. This building might be BDs. This one might be Four Corner Hustlers. This one might be Mickey Cobras. This, you know what I mean? Then GDs come back in. It was just sprinkled. It was.
That's
You had
crazy.
to keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel. But back then, you would get an ass whipping. If everything wasn't shoot 'em up, bang bang. You had to get that shit protocol and sanctioned, because it could blow up
What?
so easy if you just did some stupid shit on your own.
Yeah. Were they the biggest organization at the time?
Yeah, yeah, always,
Mm,
always,
mm, mm.
always.
So what does that feel like? You know what I'm saying? Knowing you part of this organization that's so grand. You know what I'm saying? Going through the hood and shit. Do you feel an extra sense of power and shit? Yeah.
And see, I didn't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I played my part, but I ain't never promoted to the shortage. This is what you should do. I ain't carry it like that. You know what I mean? I always looked at it for really what it was implemented for. I always tried to make sure I kept everybody good when I was around. That's really what we're supposed to be doing. A lot of folks got
Yeah.
sidetracked for various reasons, but I just wasn't one of them. I ain't never gang bang. You know what I mean? I was never no gang. I was in an organization. Period. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And it's like, man, it brought a lot of safety to me too. Because I traveled around, man. I
yeah.
went coast to coast. Everywhere, everywhere I went, from California to Texas to Louisiana, man, you name it. Once the temperature in the room might be ready to start bubbling up. And then as
Yeah.
soon as soon as they find out where I'm from, it smothers it. Everywhere pretty much respected Chicago GDs, man. They really did. So
That's
that
what's
kept
up.
me, that gave me a pass a lot of times, man. It really did.
That's what's up, yo. That's a good
Uh,
little something to have in your wallet and shit. You know what I mean?
I
it really
mean,
did.
even when I was upstate, man, we had certain individuals that was from Chicago that was, on, in that, in that organization, well
Mm.
respected. They carry themselves humbly, actually. You understand what I'm saying? Like, whereas now the narrative is when you think of Chicago, you think of they popping off, Whereas when we looked at people from Chicago, it was more on some chill. You knew that they can go that mile if they needed to, but they was more of a humble, like a unity, like more of a unity and a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That was different between New York before and Chicago. Chicago was very well organized in the beginning. New York was very out of control. Every man was for themselves. You know, nobody, you know, everybody, the mom, like it was on that type of time. Now it kind of like the roles reverse. You know, New York, you know, believe it or not, before Bloods and Crips and whatever other gangs in New York, you know, it was very wild. Whereas now you can't just go out and just shoot an individual, because if you do, that might start a war where the OGs that ain't active no more are gonna be like, yo, we're gonna put you out the dry, homie. Like we trying to keep the peace. Like you out there wilding. So it kind of slowed New York down, whereas now Chicago is on a different time now.
Yeah, it's and the reason for that that was planned and executed properly. Because man, you the government gets scared when you got a colored man that could make one call and get 50,000 men standing here at attention. That's scary to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to remember when Larry Hoover caught his time, it was 1972, if I'm not mistaken, 72, for attempted murder. You got to remember back then, motherfuckers coming home, what, 10 years on an attempt, shit like that, 15 max. That man been locked up since 1972. You know what I mean? Just think about that. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why Chicago, that's why it's a difference. When I was still out there, even though he was locked up, he still had a hand on the streets, because he was still, even though he was in a joint, he still had access, and his word was still implemented every day. But when they saw that type of power, they always get one of your own coming in. He illegally got this time that he got right now. They got a visitor, another so-called member, to go in there with badges, the visitors passes with recordings in them, and sat there having a conversation with Larry. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they got him to get shipped out there to Colorado and try and bury him alive. You know, it was an illegal case, and they totally changed the law in Illinois for that shit to stick.
What do you think about this fucking snitch culture that's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, that's man. That's that new. That's these new niggas, man. For real. Like, Father, it's like man. Now you look at it now. If you in the streets, if you really moving around in the streets, you already know that's like a man. That's a get out free pass in your pocket. Now these little fucks take it, man. We ain't even think about nothing like that. You know what I mean? Tell it wasn't even an option. You know what I mean? And you never thought about
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
You got to take it on the head.
And then they coming out living lovely and shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Walking around crazy.
But what I think social media is tied to the whole snitching thing, because you know people are recording people in the streets. At the end of the day, right? Back in the days, if that's almost like you going outside saying there's a crime outside, right? You sit out there, you recording, you uploading it to millions of people. Millions of people can see that. At the end of the day, that still can be considered telling, even though civilians are putting it up, but that still can, because you're putting up a case. Like that's a case. When you see them beatings, that's video evidence that can be used in court. That is evidence. So social media has a big, it has like a tie with the whole, it's okay to do it because people are filming. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Everything, it's like now, they whole mentality now is, and I tell everybody, I'm from Chicago. I ain't from no Chirac. Man, I don't know nothing about no Chirac. I'm a Chicago baby, you know what I mean? But it's like the reason Chicago like it is now, these shorties now, they don't know about no Larry Hoover, man. I mean, they know Larry Hoover, but they have zero attachments.
They know the legend of.
You know what I mean? They have zero attachments to the infamous Larry. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about. And everybody always asks me like, man, YAK, what you think if they let Larry out that'll chill the streets? No, honestly, I think one of these little fuckers will try to kill him.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think one of them will try to kill him just to get the strike. it'll go up. Cause it's still, man, that'll change some that'll fuck some shit up, but they don't even realize it. That man got a lot of people that love him. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of people that love him, man, for real, and willing to roll with him on no matter what. For real, for real.
Yeah. Have you personally met him?
Oh yeah.
One time.
Oh,
Yeah, one time.
damn.
My brother. And I met him because of who my brother was. You know what I mean? And when I was coming up, I was laid back, man. I was a real man. I was a chill kid, man. I was timid for real, to be honest. But my brother Anthony, he was full blown, all in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it was certain shit I had to. Even though if I didn't want you, I had to go. You know what I mean? 'Cause my big bro, what man, bring your little ass. You know what I mean? So it's like, I got put in situations that, you know what I mean, man. I ain't gonna say no to my big bro. That's the only thing I ever was scared of. You know what I'm saying? Real. And he used to beat me up every day, man. Real.
Yeah. Now you spoke
Like,
you spoke about your brothers. Yo, what was your relationship like with your parents?
man, pops. I ain't my biological pops. We ain't had no relationship, man. But my mom Dukes, man, that's my baby, man. That's Mom Dukes, the truth. But I had a stepfather, man. That's who I consider my pops. And when he came in our life, we was going into teenage years, and it was probably the perfect time for us, for real, because he was a stand up, working, straight narrow dude. But he was real, you know, man. He taught me a lot. I still remember the shit that he told me to this day. You know what I'm saying? He definitely was a good dude.
That's dope.
He definitely was. He's the reason we got it. When we started getting to that age, he made sure my Dukes got us out of the project. He was the main reason. He tried his damnedest to get us to stay the course, you know.
That's dope. That's
Because
dope.
he knew what we was rolling into. You could see it. You know what I mean? We was starting to
Yeah.
do shit that you little niggas finna go to the Audi home. You know what I mean? Y'all about to do something
Yeah.
for real. He knew it, so he got us up out of there. And that man,
That's dope.
November the
That's
1st,
dope.
1984, bro. I remember it like it was yesterday. We cried, man. We in the car crying like babies, man, because we was leaving the projects.
You stared out the back window of the car and shit, yeah, like the movies
Bro,
and
he moved us out. He moved us out to the hundreds, man, the wild hundreds. That's all the way on 147.
shit.
Now, when you coming from in the mind you, the blocks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I grew up
Yeah.
on 35th. So now I'm all the way on 147. That seemed like New York to me. You know what I'm saying? They move us all the way out here. You know what I mean? Man. We was sick, bro. We was
Was
sick.
it?
He moved us to a fucking house. All us got our own bedroom now, man. We hated
Oh
that shit.
shit.
We wanted to go back to the PJs. For real.
Yeah.
That was
See,
man.
but see, that's a mentality and shit, yeah. That's
That's
the
a
mentality
mentality, bro.
that's drilled into us and shit,
Yeah.
yeah. You would rather
And
sit in the PJs than sit in a fucking house where you got your own rules, everything you want and shit, yeah.
man,
That's the mentality.
but then it was the crazy part about that. Now, when we moved to the hundreds, we from the projects. We from the
Uh,
home of the chief. So now out here, we had to fight every single day because they wanted to try to get stripes off them boys from the projects. You know what I mean? Every time we went to
yeah.
my Duke sent us to the stove, man, these niggas trying to take the food stamps, everything. Nigga, I'm gonna fight you niggas before I
What?
fuck with my Dukes. We had to fight every single day, bro. But it's like, man, it was me, my brother Anthony, my brother Mickey. He had already moved out by then. Man,
Yeah.
I put it like this. Still go back right there today. Yeah, ain't number to man. They figured out, man. I ain't going. We wasn't going. We shit. Wasn't going.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
So you move from the PJs where you're comfortable and shit to the suburbs where you fighting. That's
Fighting every
backwards
man.
as hell.
I was in 6th grade. I had the 6th grade. This is a true story. I had a 6-point star with pitchforks on my arm. I was a shorty kid, like back. I had one on my arm, had one on my chest. Right in last period, niggas outside my classroom, they say, man, that you talking about cutting this shit out my arm. I'm scared. I'm like, what the fuck? They added up like they finna cut my tattoos out my arm. Cause we're kids, bro. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I get out of into the school. So I ain't going to the regular door. I'm procrastinating around bullshit and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for real. So I go out the side door. But then I look up. Here come my brother Anthony, man, and all the GDs from the projects. Somebody got it to my brother what they were talking about doing to me, man. And, needed to say
She's like,
shut some shit down that day. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy though, man. That's it, man. That's why I tell you, as a kid, man, shit was different, man. Like man, it was definitely different.
Did any of the activities you was in, did it ever cost you any jail time or anything like that?
Me, no, it got my brother though. My brother did 22, I believe it was. And the thing with me, by this time, as I'm coming into my early teens, that's when I get that music bug. That's when I got the music bug. You know what I'm saying? So instead of swaying this way, that shit caught me and kept me from going too far left or right. That's what saved me. Music really saved me.
So what pulled you in that direction? You know, what pulled you into the music direction?
Man, traveling from Chicago to Baltimore, I heard that Rakim for the first time, and it was over.
It takes two. Was it eight? Was it? It takes two.
It takes me. It was over. It was over with it, bro. Man. It was like, man,
yeah, that was that shit.
We had started. Me and my buddy, we had started like messing around, just you know what I mean, trying to rap. But when I heard that, the cadences and the flow and the
that was like the first hardcore like
that was the first real like what nigga can do that? It got me, bro. Like, it got me, man, for real. And it was like, man, that kept me.
And you said that was about what grade? What age was that? You said about sixth, seventh grade?
That was sixth. That was going into sixth grade. Yeah. And it's like, man.
I think I was, what was that, 86, 87, right?
86, 87, yeah.
Yeah, I was going in the sixth. Yeah, I was in the 9. I was going in the sixth grade too. Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
Man, bro, when I tell you, man, it got me. And it's like, man, that really, man, that's why I love, that's why I don't know, when you hear me rap, I'm so passionate about rapping and talking about rap. That's it.
That was a big, bro, that was a big record because that shit was getting played. When we was going to the pool, everybody had the boom box. It came too, bro. That was huge. I think
my life, bro.
People don't be.
I still fuck with it.
Yeah.
He gave that voice that like they need to give it up to Rakim, bro. Like straight up, bro.
Yeah. I don't think they give him as much props as they need. Yeah.
Yeah. He bro. When I heard man, when you could put the wordplay together like that, you got to remember we hearing Curtis blowing them. They hibbity high. You know what I mean? Rock took it to like, what nigga can do that? You know what I mean? And man, and then when it got me, my 8th grade year, I was teetering about. I needed to pass my science class, but I was failing my science class, so I wasn't gonna graduate. Our basketball team won state championship. Miss Graham, man, love you still to this day, Miss Graham. She said, "I'm gonna give y'all me, my boy Mike, and Tommy Guns and Cassell. We was fucking up." She said, "I'll give y'all a project. Make a rap song for the basketball team, and y'all wind up. I'm gonna give y'all. I believe it was 3 A's and some shit so we could walk across the stage, man. And we put a joint together, and it was at Bush Fries Cafe. Rod Strickland, Kendall Gill, Mark Aguirre. They was in the building, man, and I was the only rapper at this time, though. I had 4 beatboxers, and I was the only rapper. And we did the show at man. We did the show at Bush Fries Cafe, man. And
you remember the verse, yeah?
Man, I don't remember that much.
That was come on, bro. That's like 80 like, bro. That's like,
man, oh my God. But man, it was like the crazy part is that situation is on my full album with me and my brother, the song Make 'Em Clap. that situation is that song is telling that story. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, I had 4 beatboxers and they was cutting each other off. One dude doing the bass and then one dude doing the. So
Oh
it was
shit.
it was a part for me to come back in, and my man froze on the stage, bro. He
Ah.
froze. He froze on the stage, and my man sitting over there beatboxing, trying to keep going, waiting for this nigga to catch him to cut him off. And my dude froze and then just ran off the stage, bro.
Ah.
He ran off the
Yeah, that's a
stage.
runoff too.
Got Rod Strickland and Martha Guadam in there, and what Jack do?
Ah.
I just start spitting. I just and everybody in there went crazy, man. Man, I got the bug. Then I said, shit, I got moved to cry. It was over with. It was a wrap. It was
Yeah.
a wrap, man. I figured it. I figured it out, man. I was never scared to get in front of people, man.
What was your rap name at the time?
MC Los. It was
MC
MC
Los.
Los, and we was the Windy
Oh
City
shit.
Beat Boys. The Windy City Beat
Oh
Boys.
shit. I asked everybody this. Do you remember your first rhyme?
I remember the chorus. I don't remember the rhyme. I had this song, Fresh, MC Lowe's, Fresh. That shit go, hold up. I can't, if I sat down and, if I talk, my brother, I know my brother knew it. No, because he's it was a solo and I'm using my name. I'm just Fresh MC Lowe's as the hook. But I was going in. My brother, man, he used to rap the shit like it was his, man. He used to rap. It
Hey,
was crazy,
listen,
man. But
actually, I'm gonna switch it up. I actually got 2 questions I wanted to ask you. All right.
okay,
First question I want to ask you is, what was your proudest moment,
as far as what
just in life
music,
in general? Yeah.
man, my pride. Oh, see, I had a few of them though. You know what I mean? It's a few. It was a few of them, man. When
When that stand out quickly.
I left, man, I left home at 14. I left. I said, man, my family condition was kind of shit was rocky. Mom Duke, she's struggling and shit. And I'm like, I'm out of here. I felt like I could help Mom Dukes. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go get this fucking record there. I had talked to Russell on the phone, and he told us to send him something. And man, I left and went to came my man, my best friend, mom shipped him off because we had put together I got to break it all the way down. We was trying to get this fucking song together to send to Russell. So we did a fucking robbery. We robbed the snack shop. We robbed the snack shop, the local snack shop with all the arcade games and the money bags, man. We robbed the shit out of them trying to get some studio time. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't get caught. But we did. Nigga had 2 females with him. And you know how that go. They went, man, ratatouille around it, man. So we, you know, caught a case. And my best friend mom shipped him to Baltimore. And it's like, man, I said, man, fuck it. My man ain't here. I said, man, it's time to, man, fuck it. We gonna do this. I left my mama house and I came to Baltimore. And man, that's when we first started making songs. We made our first, this was my proudest moment when we put our first project together, man. We took a Sade, that Sade Justify My Love, and that In Vogue. What was the In Vogue song? What's the In Vogue? That the one with the first one with the black dress, with the black
Giving them
dress
something
on.
they could feel, I think it was. Giving them something they
Yeah,
could feel.
we put
Something like
we
that.
put them we put them 2 songs together and looped them and made a song called Smooth Criminal, man. And that was the title for it. And we fire. That's when we knew we could make, man. That was one of my first prizes when we put the project together for the first time. Real.
I'm sure you played that 150 times, yeah.
Man.
Now,
Crazy.
Over and over again.
I'm gonna flip the question a little bit. What was
All right.
what was your most embarrassing moment you felt you had in life?
Man, let me see.
Yeah, don't get embarrassed. You're good.
Let me man, I gotta keep it real. Shit, man. I'm bad. Man, my mom had got in an accident, and man, my big brother's watching me, but I'm on some other shit. And man, I got caught up in a situation, and man, I had lied. My mother asked me because my mom was always stand up. She said, "Did you do this? Did you do that? Don't tell me what you did. So I'm gonna go to bat for you, but do not tell me you did X, Y, Z." And I get out there screaming, "My child ain't do it." And then these motherfuckers come with some proof that you did it. And I told mom do something like, nah, it wasn't us, mom. I wasn't there. And man, the shit came out. They had his own man. They had us single handedly, man. We were stupid little niggas, man. Instead of just taking the money and shit, man, we robbed. We project kids, man. We robbed the whole. We got sausage, hamburger patties, pizza puffs, and every fucking thing. And man, when they told her they had us on camera, the little bride broke. I had it all in my mama's house because my mama wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? She was at my auntie's because she was in an accident and she couldn't walk. So man, that was real embarrassing for me, for her to, she was going to bat for me and then she get exposed and shit all in her house, man. That one shook me up a little something, you know.
Yeah. Did you get your ass beat after that?
That's a good question, man. No, after that, that's what I'm saying. All right, now I gotta try to switch this shit up. I ain't gonna react no more. I gotta think about what the hell I do. that made me get focused.
It's a fact.
Who's the YAK's top 3 rappers here?
All time?
All time.
Scarface, Jay-Z, and probably my brother.
Ooh.
Tell everybody, I think my brother's the only dude that can write song for song with Jay. I stand on that.
Damn.
Mac Legend. I stand on that.
So the shit, yo, what made you, all right? So just to the people that don't know and shit, yo, you currently in the process of what you consider, what you say it is, because you might come out with another one, but what you say it is, this is your final album and shit, yeah. Why is it time to hang it up, yeah?
It's just, man, I didn't shit. I ain't in it for the money or nothing no more. Shit. I still just got that love, and I know for a fact I'm one of the goats. And I'm just gonna, man, it's time for me to, man, because I lived. People don't understand. I lived rap for probably 20 something years. Just that's what my career was. That's what my job was. That's what I ain't do nothing but do music. And it's like, man, it's just, man, it's time for me to wrap it up. I mean, I didn't reach the highs that I know I could have, but I left my mark. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, it's my last hurrah to let them know, man, I'm still that nigga, you know? It's my last hurrah. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with my catalog and the man, what I put out to the masses, man. I ain't got too much weak shit out there. I think my catalog go up against anybody's. You know what I mean? For real.
Now you just said something, and you said you didn't make it to where you think you should have or whatever. Why do you think is that? Why do you think that's the case? And shit?
Rich, I was just having this conversation with my wife last night. It's been, man, I've been at the table with, man, in Priority Records, New Tribe. I'd have been met with execs, and we be right there. And soon as I've had so many with my foot right in the door, but we like, man, we about to blow. And something would happen. Something would happen every single time before it popped. And I used to be mad. I used to be like, man, like somebody motherfucking got a curse on me around this bitch. Because it didn't make sense, bro. Because we always stood out. We always, man, I don't give a fuck. Every show we did, we stood out. Everybody knew we was different. But it was like, I think in hindsight, I look at it now, I think God was saving me and my brother, man. Because we was doing so much. If we'd have made it to I know the shit I did and I didn't even reach that level. I was rolling the dice doing some other shit. We the fuck around and did a Rick James around this motherfucker or something. Nigga probably wouldn't be here if I'd have made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being for real. I look at it like that now. I used to think it was like a nigga was cursed because we was good enough to make it. I think, man, I think that, man, I got a lot of praying women in my family and shit. I think that shit saved us from really getting to the
From
point.
yourself.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like now I'm still using my voice though. Today, you know what I'm saying? So I look at it differently. I used to hate that I didn't reach that height, but I think, man, there was a reason I didn't. That's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? And bigger than these, man. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's like
some
it saves you.
and or sometimes it could even be, you know, God knows there could be leashes around, you know what I'm saying, and bring you down that rabbit hole. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not so much about what you would do, because the way it sounds, you would have managed your money right, but it's the leashes that would have been
It
around.
wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been the money part of shit, man. Man, when you get in, when you into that, when you really in that shaking around in that industry, the shit that you have accessibility to, you can lose yourself, man. Me and my brother was chasing Will Chamberlain number. We was hitting everything. We was, man, we was. I can honestly, I think I was addicted to sex at that time, bro. We was hitting every female. We tried that shit, man. We done did it, Rick James. We done fuck around, been in a hotel, fucked up somewhere with butt naked bitches with grease on us. There, where man, we'd have made it, bro. We lost our mind for a minute because the accessibility to some of the shit that you have access to, you can get lost, man. You if you don't stay the course, you can get caught up in, man. I was doing shit, man. My mom and them still don't know some of the shit that I was doing, man. I'm every other weekend, nigga, I'm on nude beaches in California. Shit, nigga, I'm a project nigga. like dead serious, bro. And me and my brother taking money after money after, man. We was on some other shit, bro. I'm like, man, I think about it like, man, we the fuck around been, might have been a
So you
possibility
pretty
that
much
we
lived. You
saved
pretty
the
much
nigga.
lived the rock star life and shit. Yeah, you
Man,
just
I did,
didn't
man, bro.
put it on
I
paper.
can imagine if I'd have made it, because I know the shit that I did. The shit that I did, niggas be lying about doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like for real, for real.
Oh
Like
shit, yeah.
for real, for real. It was
Man.
crazy, man. Man, me and my brother, man, we done rolled the dice a many nights, man. Crap. Nigga crapped out a couple times, but man, for real, for real. But it was too much, man. That shit can get you. It can get you. Cause talent wise,
What was
we was always right there with everybody. I still to this day, one show that I did, that's the only time we came out on the losing end, but we didn't come out on the losing end. They took it from us. They wouldn't let the judges judge it to give it to us because somebody people was in it who spot it was. Me and my brother always, man, I did a show. I did a show that opened up for Dipset in Chicago. Now this was my last album I put out. The Here We Come album. Me and my brother, we put our everything into this album, and we said, man, we go to Chicago, open up for Dipset. Now, what they don't understand is they got all these regular opening acts. They just niggas that rap. But this is some different shit. The club that's popping in Chicago right now is called Club Sky or some shit like that. I grew up on 35th and State. Remember the projects. This club now is on 36th and State. So when I come back home, I don't live in Chicago now, but I'm coming home to do this show to open up for Dipset. The location is at all the GDs in the building. When we got up there, them niggas like, who the fuck is these niggas? Like the club set them up. Because it wasn't their show, it was our show. We took the show, but they didn't even understand the severity of what the situation was. That was the home of, that's my roots, right? Fucking on that same fucking land. But now it's a whole different dynamics. No PJs, no this, no that. But nigga, I'm stamped right there. And nobody figured it out until motherfuckers like, who the fuck is these niggas? Cause they looking for opening nights. We ain't no opening night. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's like they like, who the fuck, man? Who is these? Them niggas were ready to fuck them dudes up in the club. And we had already set it up. Soon as we get up, soon as we go onto the stage, we already got the 4 brides. Boom, set our booth up, got our t-shirt, CD, everything ready for sale. So we got, man, sold all our shit out that night, everything, man. Dipset them out of there mad as a motherfucker. And everybody like, how the fuck y'all just do that? But nope, I wasn't even living in Chicago then. I came back home and I'm still that dude, though. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I got attachments on some other shit. they didn't understand what the situation was, but could nobody take that show that night other than me and bro. That's man, that's I was in the heart of the hood, bro. And everybody turned
That's
out.
love, yeah.
Like real shit.
That's love right there. Yeah, hell
Straight up.
yeah. So I mean, your whole time trying to get in the industry and shit, yo, you wanted to be on the other side and shit, yo.
Mm-hmm.
What has surprised you and shit, yo, about the industry and shit, or disappointed you about the industry that you didn't realize or know when you was, you know what I'm saying, on the other side trying to get over there?
Good question.
Disappointment part was, man, it wasn't about the talent, man. I always, man, I still don't, man. I could compete with anybody that was in the top 10 every year. Whoever was on the Billboard charts, me and my brother every fucking year made a song for that motherfucker. Whoever was in that top 10. So if we ever run across them, we shots fired at these niggas, and that's how we stayed sharp. That was we didn't rap against dudes in the hood. Man, my eye was on the prize, man. I had a song for J-Ass, for Nas, man, wasn't nothing personal. That was just that fire in my belly, because I felt, and I still feel it to this day. Equal track, put Kanye in the studio, me and my brother, Jay and Kendrick, Jay and Nas, whoever. You gonna have a toss up who stole that song. I stand on that. I stand on that, man. For real, for real. And people like, man, y'all get crazy. No, the fuck I ain't. I really know what the fuck I do with this shit, and I know what I bad. You got to prove me wrong. Got to
If
prove
you
me
could do
wrong.
a versus, if you could do a versus, who would you do it with?
Mm. Shit. Anybody for real.
Mm,
Anybody for real. It would have to be structured, strategic, depending on which artist it was. I'm gonna have to do something present to make sure I can show the whole progression. Because I can walk it up. I can walk from the I can man, my shit is my music is my life, bro. You got my entire music collection was my walk all the way up to today. I never made songs trying to. I didn't know how to do that shit. Everybody talking about make a hit record, make a hit record. I don't know how to make. I don't know how to go in there looking to make a club song. I only man that beat. The beat gonna tell me what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Cause I got songs, man. I had somebody ask me before, Yak, man, how the hell you rapping about all of this shit? But I got songs where I'm telling you, man, how to get rid of some bricks. Cause that's what I was doing at that time in my life. I got songs telling you, man, get your shit together and make sure you got your 401k and your retirement plan and shit in order. Cause man, I actually retired because I was working like a motherfucker at that time in my life. I actually got songs telling you about, man, how you could pimp a motherfucker around here for real. Cause I was doing little different shit. You know what I mean? Whatever I was doing in my life, that's what I told my story. I ain't know how to just make records to so-called make a hit. I just, man, I made what came up out of the soul, man. For real, always did, bro.
Yeah.
Always did.
So if they was to take all your raps and shit and put in a book, yeah, what would they title the book?
Ooh, that's a good one. A throwaway child that made it and still got all his motherfucking scruples, man. Cause I wasn't expected to be nowhere. They, I was a, I wasn't expected. I was one of them kids they didn't expect anything from, and I switched it up and made sure, man. I came back. I came back a different dude, man. I learned how to, man. I learned how to make it, man, and survive, bro. It'd be something like, man, the throwaway child that didn't let you throw his ass away, man. I came back stronger, man. I came back, and man, it's crazy how many years when I would come back home, people when they see me, they would be like, "Yo, dang!" They would be surprised who the person that was standing in front of them, but nobody had expectations of me making anything happen out of my life. You know what I'm saying? And I came back, man. I came back and I used to go back and see my old teachers and shit when I come back. Cause I left Chicago at 14. I left home
Yeah.
at 14 And I've never lived back in Chicago again since 14 years old. My whole family there. You know what I mean? My entire family's there. I never lived in Chicago. Whoa, let me rebut that. I went back. I went back for about 2 years when my brother passed away. So let me rebut that. I went back for a second to me and my kid's mom and shit. When I left Cali, went back home for about maybe 2 years. And you know what I mean? That's bad. But I didn't stay with my family. It's like I left home at 14. I've never lived under my mom's roof again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I came, I learned how to survive. And I tell everybody it was a blessing for me doing that. It scarred my mom because she didn't understand, like, damn, I'm her baby boy. You know what I'm saying? She didn't understand it. Like, how the fuck he just leave? But for me, for what was in me, I don't even know what made it. That was just some natural shit that was in me. I learned how to. I left Chicago, which is it's a divided line where black and white don't mingle. So I was raised as white people was taboo. You understand what I'm saying? You don't fuck with the white people. But I went to places where white people everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like, man, and I had to mix and mingle and learn how to chin up, chest out, look them in the eyes and talk to these motherfuckers and present myself. And you can't always be, you got to have more than one face. You can't always be no gangster. You can't, you know what I mean? You got to know how to be a man that got some G shit in them, that know how to talk and try to get up in this business. You understand? And I learned that trial and error. Because we was kids, man. But we had to figure it out. And it wasn't no blueprint to it, bro. And I made it. I surprised so many people when I used to go back. They would be like amazed. They're like, damn, I thought she was either dead in jail. What the fuck make you think I was dead in jail? But that's the mentality of nothing that they had expectations of a nigga, yeah.
No, they wouldn't even say that. They'll say, hey, I'm so happy for you. Like, you understand? Like, I get that a lot. Like, they don't say.
You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying, bro? I actually see that shit. It was like, man, I had a lot of praying women, man. I went, because I dropped out of school, bro. I dropped out of school my freshman year. I was like, man, I was an intelligent student and everything, but it was like, man, right now this ain't helping the course of what I know I can do. Because I need to be the one. My brothers, they ain't on their shit. So I'm trying to figure out how to help my mama and shit right now. And it's like, man, I just went. And it's like, I moved back to, I was finna get married. I had to go back to Chicago to get a birth certificate because I've been in California. I've been in Texas, all that. I remind you, listen to this. I left at 14. I've never had an identification, and I'm grown now. You understand what I'm? Motherfucker, like, how the fuck did you? Now this is crazy, bro. I had to grab my mom. I had to grab Mom Dukes, take her to Thornton Township High School. These motherfuckers, I go tell them I need my records, but they're like, who the fuck is you? They had no idea. It was nothing showing anything about me in existence. This one lady in the library, bro. She said, hold on a second. She went, me and my mama sitting in the office. My mama pissed off. How the fuck they don't know you? I ain't even been in this motherfucker. They probably don't got no shit on me, for real. Like, I registered, but you got to think about this. This 89. You know what I mean? Like think about this shit. Like, for real. This lady found one piece of paper with my name on it, bro. It was my freshman year schedule for first semester. She found it in some boxes in the back of the library, shit like that. Crazy. They say, how the fuck did you ever make, where was you at? Nobody could, they didn't believe it. I had never had an ID, nothing. And I've been around the fucking world, bro. Planes, every fucking thing. This shit is crazy, bro. It was crazy. My mom like, how are you walking around with no identification? Man, cause I talked my way into, man. I could start a conversation, man. You know how many conversations I've had? Man, come on in here with me, man. For years. I learned how to maneuver. I learned how to switch faces, and still be myself at the same time. You know what I mean? It was like, man, it was a man. That's why I scream, man. I'm 51. It's a blessing, bro. I've been in positions where, man, somebody was watching over me. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. To go all them years and shit, yeah, you was living out of prayer right there, yeah. Everywhere
Man,
you
man,
went, yeah.
Right.
it if most people don't believe it. Most people don't.
Man,
My story is so different, bro. My man, it's so many layers to it. I still, me and my wife would start talking, and then I bring up a situation. She'd be like, "Dave, start writing the shit just that." Cause I've started putting this autobiography together because it's so many layers to it. You know what I mean? And
man,
it's a story that needs to be heard. And it's triumphant, man, for real, for real. Cause man, I ain't lose my mind, bro. I just stayed in bandos. You know what I mean? I'm just out there. I ain't nowhere to go. You know what I mean? I'm just out there on the man. Explain this to you. When I left when I left Baltimore, we made a pit stop in Chicago. Me, my kids, mom, and my 3 kids. And it's like nobody was helping us. We young going into adulthood with kids. We kids with kids, and nobody helped us. But I had one of my homeboys, Frank Nitty. He living in California, bro. He said, "Yeah,
yeah.
man, you still spitting, bro? Bring your ass to Cali, bro." He said, "Man, niggas out here doing what it do." I said, "Man, Frank, I got the kids." He said, man, come on, bro. Nigga, y'all stay at the crib with us. Me and my baby mom and my 3 kids jumped on the train. When I got to California, bro, I had $20 in my pocket. I had $20 in my pocket with a baby mom and 3 kids. Man, thank you, Lord. A month later, I had a 3-bedroom townhouse. My kids set up, and I'm mixing and mingling around Cali. And I caught a record deal within about 4 months, bro. About 4
Damn,
months, man, for real. And I stayed in
damn,
California 10, 11 years, bro.
damn, man.
I still got homeboys right now in my phone to this day. Big bro, live up there. That man, I come shoot something up about Jack. For real. Lifetime marks, man. Lifetime. That man, that's locked in. That's man, bam, for real, for real.
Yeah, that's yeah, yeah.
Real, for
He
real.
I, ultimately, he pretty much saved your life there and shit, yo. Because ain't no telling, $20 in your pocket with a family and shit, what you was gonna do, you know what I'm saying, or have to do, or what situation
Bro. He
you was gonna
he put
be
it,
in off that.
he said, man, let me show you like he said, yeah. My girl going, he said, out here in Cali, it's different from Chicago, bro. He said in Cali, they put you up, you go to public assistance, you got the
Uh,
kids. They gonna give you, he said, yeah, they gonna give you about $1,000 in stamps, and they give you hotel vouchers to stay in the
mm,
hotel and shit with the attachments of putting you in a home. What? And shit, his girl and my baby mama did that. Nitty already moving and shaking in the streets. I went with him, started making a couple of dollars and rapping. And man, next thing you know, man, Yak moving around in California like it's nothing. And every hood I rolled in with niggas looking at me crazy. I got this blue on, cause I'm young, I'm blued up. I'm GD to the world blow up. They thinking I'm tripping. I'm from the shot. I'm GD to the man. Oh man, you from Chicago, man? Whoop whoop whoop. Changed the whole scenery, and I was able to
mm.
plant my feet.
Did you ever have a manager or
Nope.
anybody like that to help you?
I had a few people try to leech on to us, but the energy wasn't right. And it's like, man, my brother always did, man, we did it ourselves. We did it ourselves, bro.
Yeah,
Did it
because you
ourselves.
keep saying how you was in front of this, these people. You spoke to Russell. Like, how
It
were
was
you
me.
getting these introductions?
I have a mouth. I've never been scared to talk to nobody, bro. And I've always had the confidence. Listen to my shit. I guarantee you like it.
Man,
Guarantee you like it, man. Man, I had a, I had a, I had an angel walking over me, bro. Like for real,
yeah,
for real. I told, man, it's crazy. I was talking this shit because I knew how I was refreshing my memory. Talking to my wife last night when I signed my record deal, right?
yeah.
It was Big Ron Goldfingers. I just put the interview up that I did a Big Row. Big Row and Goldfingers are the producers that produced the Ghetto Boys Mind playing tricks on me. They producing records for Cash Money then when they first started. That's who was my California producers. So when I get the Mob Style Records, they the producers and they from New Orleans. All the whole label was Cali niggas, and they just trying to sign these two Chicago niggas. So these two producers cuffed me and my bro, and they trying to tell us, don't sign here. Y'all too good for this. We like, now mind you, Mob Style Records, salute OG Fresh, Gangsta Bub, Cash Low, Silk Low, Baby Fresh, Malika, man, Julio, he was with us at the time. Salute all these people. Because, man, much respect. Because, man, this when I learned the industry. They was paying us. They giving us, man, these are two ex-street pharmaceutical guys that grew up like childhood friends who started hustling off packs, and everything they got, they put it up in the closet. And when they looked up, the whole closet was full of money, and they started a label. But these hood niggas, you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is who I signed to.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I ain't signed yet. They putting us in the studio. We making noise. I'm up at Easy E radio station, everything. But it's people telling us they trying to attach to me and my brother, because me and my brother always been different. Y'all don't need to sign there. So this other producer, man, he said, man, I'm gonna do a track for y'all. We said, all right, man, what's up? He said, but first, I'm gonna take y'all up to Priority. I look at him like, now it's Gangsta Bub and them. He grew up with them, but he on some like, he trying to help us. He like, y'all better than this. So he take us to Priority Records. And they listen to it, they like, whoa, y'all not signed? We like, nah, we ain't signed the contract, but we with them, you know what I mean? Because, man, I've always been a stand-up dude. I ain't finna fuck these dudes up because, man, they been blessing us. They been blessing us, you know what I'm saying? Man, this time I'm taking care of my baby mama and kids. They putting stacks in my pocket, so I ain't finna just bounce on them, because, man, I ain't no sucker. I'm an honorable dude. So this is what he do. He calls the record label. We sitting right there. He put it on speaker. He say, man, what's up with this such? He said, man, I'm starting to hear a little noise about these two Chicago boys y'all got, man. What y'all gonna do with them? They like, huh? He said, man, if y'all don't know what to do with these two dudes, I'm hearing some good things about them. We can take them off y'all hands. They, no. They up next. Man. They man, we got them. They already know what whoopie whoop whoop bop bop. So he hangs up. He tell him, man. So y'all just be careful. Do what y'all need to do, blah, blah, blah. And we get back to Riverside. Somehow somebody at that label saw this nigga bring us there. They get back to these niggas. They call a big ass meeting. They call a big meeting at Rodham House. And man, when we pulling up, it's like probably about 50 Crips out here. All the niggas that you know when they finna make a move and shit. They here today. You know what I'm saying? They motherfuckers here. And it's like, I'm like, man, we get out the car, Fresh, and I'm like, man, tired of motherfuckers playing with us around here. Seems like people taking our kindness for weakness. I'm out here paying all these studio time in Hollywood. Bop, bop, bop. He going ham. He say, Tupac, all eyes on me. He in a drop top Ferrari. He said, I'm on some shit like this. He popped the Tupac. Tupac got just dropped, all eyes on me. And he say, only motherfuckers got some shit like this. Y'all heard this? He popped that out. Me and my brother had did a song called No Love, bro. He popped that motherfucker in. He said, that's the shit I need right here. But how the fuck they ain't signed to me? And these niggas, they on some bully gang shit with me and my bro right now. But make us sign. They about to make us. The nigga come out the house that took us to Priority. Man, this nigga got a pumpkin head, bro. That nigga head shaped like a pumpkin right now. They milli whop this nigga. That nigga head shaped like a pumpkin, bro. Like dead ass serious. And we sitting there. I ain't say nothing. I ain't committing to nothing that I was with this nigga, right? So like we sitting there, and they on some. This shit was crazy, man. They on some real aggressive shit, and it's me and my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's me and my brother. Big Roy and Goldfingers, they cuffed us. They was trying to, man, y'all just man, do what y'all got to do, Jack, just so it ain't no, these niggas killers for real, man. They maneuvering into the industry right now, but this when the industry was street niggas getting these deals, you know what I'm saying? So like, and he said, Fresh said something, and it was like, he said something like kind of disrespectful, and I spoke up. And albino Cash, he was a look albino crip nigga, and he was, I mean, he was a jail nigga, tattoos all over his face and shit. And he said something. He said, "What you say, maniac?" I said, "Man, you heard the fuck I said." And that fucking pit bull he had one of them red nosed pits. That pit come at me. I'd have fucked him up, but I wasn't fucking with that pit. And you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it was the energy that I stood on. Freshener, it changed the trajectory of where this shit could have went. And Freshener, I'm like, man, come on, maniac. What's up? And we just went and sat down and talked. We wound up signing the deal. I might have signed the deal that day, but I signed it on my own accord. I had to stand firm. I was almost ready to crash out because I'm not taking my manhood today. We got probably about 25 racks that day. But when I signed this, instead of just getting knuckled up a punker head like that nigga did, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't take care of us, bro. I wasn't just gonna leave and just, you know what I mean? But I was testing the waters. Because I'm trying to figure the industry out at this time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a stand-up dude. I ain't finna run and hide and just disappear. I'd have never did that. But that's when the realness of how shit in the industry could go. It was bubbling. You know what I'm saying? But I stood on, man, if me and my brother gonna die out this motherfucker today, I guarantee somebody dying with us. And motherfuckers, I think they realized that day, and the temperature wooside. And it's like, man, and salute to them brothers, because I still love them brothers today, because they taught me the industry. They the ones that put me in a position to learn how to record songs. Man, we was in Northern Hollywood, bro, with Bruce Springsteen recording and shit, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm learning hands-on. Big Roy and Goldfingers teaching us hands-on how to really make records. I always could rap, but that's when I learned how to make records. You know what I mean? How to make a real fucking song and that motherfucker ready to compete. So it was like, man, I appreciated it. They kind of bully ganged us, and because I wasn't no stupid dude. My brother wasn't a stupid dude. We signed a 2-year deal. It said 2 options. I'm like, 2 years. I said, man, we can like 2. It said 2 albums. It was 2 albums in 2 years. It was 2 albums, 2 years, and 2 options. I didn't understand what the 2 options meant. So basically, me and my brother, like, we say, fuck it. They get us 20. They get us 25. They get us 25 a piece right now. Our points ain't real fucked up, and they gave us, y'all know, nigga, take a break. Allegedly. But man, I ain't no drug dealer, nigga. I want my record out, so I ain't even. I got access to do. And they trying to help any kind of way they can to make sure we good. But I'm not on that tip. I'm on, nigga. I'm, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my record out. But we signed the deal. Me and my brother, like, nigga, we had these 2 albums done, nigga, in 2 months. Nigga, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Let's take this bread and do what we do. So we didn't realize it was basically 4 years we was locked, and they just set us. You know what I'm saying? They just sat on us till my shit got breached, bro. And that was a tough time, man.
Had to be tough.
That was a tough
But what I
time.
was gonna say about that other situation and shit is, y'all didn't do him dirty and shit. The producer dude is the one that did
Yeah.
him dirty, and that's why he got fucked up and shit.
That's why you got fucked up, bro. But man,
Yeah.
and the reality of it is, man, these brothers was they gangbangers. Put like that. The label that Mob Style Records, man, the label that we had put together, we was Death Row before Death Row. It was right at the same time. It was exactly at the exact same time. We was a problem. This where me and my brother, they had already the label put out the first project of New Breed of Hustlers. New Breed of Hustlers is the main group on this label. One of the members is also a CEO of the company. So with that being said, now they building a team now. So they got Drama, they got Cash Low, they got Romeo, T-Lo, they got YAK and motherfucking Mac Legend. And at this time, Big Roy and Goldfinger see the potential in me and my brother. So they got us locked in bedrooms, just full of records, jazz, fucking symphony, you name it. We just listening to every record you can think of to hear a sample, something that and so we in here, we figuring this shit, man, I like how that sound. They looping it and they building that motherfucker. And me and my bro, we got our own style. So the songs we come with, make motherfucker like, how the fuck is they getting this shit? And they didn't understand it. So they start thinking they showing favoritism to the Chicago nigga.
Yeah.
So the label start getting it divided. But what they didn't understand was, because a couple of the tracks Big Road them gave to different various artists, they didn't like the track, they turned it back in. Me and my brother like, what? Nigga, you hear the fucking strains of that bitch? That's some Dre. We take it. Fire water. Nigga, how they get the that's the same one y'all turned down? No, it ain't. Snatch the vocals out? Yeah, it is. You niggas ain't gonna make the same songs me and this nigga make on that same beat. So this started, the cream of the crop started rising, but that wasn't good for everybody. Everybody wasn't feeling that shit. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was crazy, man. It was a lot going on, bro. There's a lot going on. It was a lot. I got so, man, it's so much, man. Easy. We went to Ruthless Radio. Now they was presenting my New Breed of Hustlers new single, but they let the artists rap over the air live. Now when me and my bro get up there, we murdered shit. They like, who the fuck is these niggas? The next day, I remind you, our group used to be R.I.P. Maniac, which was me, and Mac 10, my brother. Ice Cube called that label when he got Mac 10 patented, called the label and made them change my brother. My brother had to change his name the next motherfucking day. The next day. I think motherfuckers heard over the LA airway, who the fuck is them niggas speaking? We up there, we killing it. Easy, like, what man, y'all trying to do this shit with this death row with him? He finna put this together. We like, yes, nigga, it's about to go down. Again, what I tell you, this close, something always happened. 1 month later, Easy was dead.
Damn.
It's like every time, something would happen. Every time.
I mean, with all these things that's happening, I mean, how did you keep from being discouraged and giving up and shit? Yeah.
These niggas. Man, that wasn't even that shit never crossed our mind. It never crossed our mind to give up. Like, man, all right, shit, how long you take for the contract breached? Now, if you don't put out even if the artist is signed to you, if you don't put out something on this person in a significant amount of time, the contract becomes breach after so much time. So after that time, got the contract breached. My brother is distraught. Man, fuck this rap shit, nigga. I'm tired of this shit. He leave California, come back to Baltimore. I'm still in Cali. This time, when I tell you, like my brother was sick at this time. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. So I go back to Chicago, start working, get back with the family, see the family, be there for a troubling time and shit. And man, I was like, fuck rap, bro. I'm like, my brother gone. I ain't spitting this shit, but I was working at a tire shop, Dr. J Tire City, 79th and Stony Island. But a dude, I'm changing a tire, man, and the nigga had a beat on in the car. And I'm like, damn, that beat hard. And I'm like, man, and Maurice, he said, man, he stuttered real bad. He like, let my man YAK spit something. And I started rapping to that beat. Turned out he was a producer, King D. He like, nigga, how the fuck? He said, what you doing? I said, I ain't really doing nothing, bro. He stayed right up the street from the tire shop. Me and him, I went around his house that next day. And man, I'm a working man. I'm a working man with family and kids. I'm changing tires. I'm a tire man. And I just started, man and him put a project together. and split it down the middle, and that was my first solo album, the one that's 25-year anniversary that in September that just passed. I put that album out. You know what I mean? And man, I'm shaking shit up in Chicago, but I'm solo. You know what I mean? But this album, we sold it right out the trunk. I sold probably 30-some thousand of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And man,
that's not that.
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I sold about 30-some thousand of them.
That's
But
pretty
we was
good,
all
actually.
over the Midwest and shit. You know what I'm saying? We right out the trunk, bro.
That's not pretty.
You know what I'm saying? And I did a show. We did a show, and my brother come to the show, and it was like, man, that was the first time I was ever on the stage without my bro. And I turned this motherfucking crowd. Man, I killed it. Motherfuckers like my mama there, everybody. Man, I killed it. But I saw the look in my bro face. He was happy for me. But that was the first time he wasn't right up there with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I finished my commitment with King D. I put the Maxi single out first. It was called Who Got the Flavor? And then I put the full album out. It was called It's My Time. And man, we shook the full album. The full album, I had I had shit in the stores on consignment. I might have sold about 7,000 or 8,000 of them. My brother said, man, come visit me, Yak, man. Hey, see my big bro. I had a vacation. I'm still at the tire shop, mind you. He here in Baltimore. I get to Baltimore. When I walk upstairs, this nigga turned his whole upstairs into a studio. I went back to Chicago, got my last check, came to Baltimore, and never went back. I left the record in the stores and everything. Never went back, did nothing with it. Just left it in the stores. I got that album probably a year ago. That's the last time I heard it. I just left it.
Yo,
me and my bro, man, let's do what we do, nigga. Fuck that shit.
Yo, 30,000 out the trunk, bro. That's pretty impressive, actually, bro. Like you really sit back and think like that's a lot of hard work right there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
when I tell you I lived, some people do music. I lived that shit, bro. That music came before my girl. It was before my kids. Sadly to say, that was my everything. I was doing it for them, but at times I secluded them doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was, I was so in tune and so they couldn't make me waver, bro. I knew I could compete with that shit, bro. I knew I could, bro. I knew I could, and man, couldn't nobody tell me no different, bro. Because every time I'm in a hotel with Scarface, my idol. Big Bro, love you, Big Bro. Scarface come to fucking Cali. This is my idol. Mind you, Big Bro and Goldfingers, they the producers of the Mind playing tricks on me, right? So Scarface, Big Bro, come on, bro. Right in the hotel. I'm face to face with my idol. And I'm rapping flow for flow with this nigga, bro. I'm rapping flow for flow with this nigga. And this what it, bro, for a minute, this what he did. No smut on nobody name anything. One of them Sherm blunts, Sherm white boys. And he started talking some of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? But I stood on, I held mine. Couldn't nobody tell me no different, bro. I knew I could make it. We just kept getting like hurdles in it, man. It was almost like we was cursed or something, man. The talent superseded most way long time ago.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, that
you know what I mean?
Like you said earlier, it probably saved you.
Yeah, it's like that shit was man. And I didn't know how to. Man. I used to have people tell me like, man, when I live shows, especially, man, you got to think now I'm 50, bro. I'm 50, and I still, man, I have rap a bunch of these little niggas, if not all of them. So in my 20s, bro, the delivery and the energy that shit was some other shit. You know what I mean? I used to, man, when I performed, I would get at the front of the stage and I just rapped at the fucking crowd. Everybody else putting shades and shit on. And I would have these motherfuckers mesmerized My voice, for one, grabs your attention. And then when you start listening, fuck is this nigga? I got the same reaction every single time, bro. Every single time, man. Like it never changed, bro. It never. I
Yeah.
knew I could compete, bro. I knew I could compete. It was never a situation with rap, a cipher with rap, a song on anybody with rap that nigga wasn't cream of the crop. And that's
Yeah.
respectfully. That ain't being cocky. That's just being honest. I'm being honest, bro.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. And people, man, I'm a humble dude. And I respect it, man. I respect everybody craft. I just love hearing rappers rap, whatever the style is. But I'm always talk my shit. And I come in, it ain't bully gang. I just don't know how to mildly rap my shit. This shit still give me goosebumps, bro. This shit still give me goosebumps, man. You see how when we get up on it, I be damn near over talking. I can't help it, bro. That shit is like in my belly, bro. That shit saved my
Yo, that's a passion.
that
That's a love,
passion,
man.
man. That saved my life, bro. When I was in the streets at times, but I never wanted to be the biggest drug dealer or nothing. I hustled so I could get studio time. I hustled so I could open my own studio. I hustled so man, fuck this shit. We gonna start a label and do our own. The music was always the end game. I ain't want to be no motherfucking hustler. I hustled for the means to the fucking cause. You know what I mean? This shit was crazy, bro. People thought me and my brother was crazy. You know what I'm saying? For real.
So shit, yeah. I mean, all these all these blocks and all these barriers and shit, like I know you said it didn't discourage you and shit, but at what point did you say, all right, man, I'm gonna stop trying to shop it. I'm gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be a civilian. You know what I mean? Live the civilian life. Yeah.
I had I was like, man, we had put we had put like a mixtape out, me and my bro here in Baltimore. And it did what he, you know what I mean? It was the streets they still bump that shit here now. The streets was on it. Then my man was like, man, my bro, he had he the female he met while we was in California, he stayed in contact with her. He was crazy about her, yo. Keisha, man, Sis Celsius, I love you, baby. They reconnected, and she moved to Baltimore. She's still here in Baltimore to this day. Celsius, that's my baby, real. And bro say, man, he turned to a husband, and he locked in on working the 9 to 5. And I'm kind of in the, how can I say it? I'm in the streets at this time. I'm
Yeah.
Jack getting known for more street shit right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more moving around on some other shit. And it's like, man, I was caught up in that wave for a little stretch.
Okay. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It was a stretch where music was just wasn't there for a minute. You know what I mean? And it's like my bro hit me, and I had a couple partners, man, that had had a couple dollars. And my brother like, man, nigga, man, what you think if we do one more, nigga? I'm like, man, I don't even know, bro. He said, nigga, fuck that, nigga. I'm moving back to Baltimore, nigga. Let's do one more, nigga. I say, fuck it, let's go. Now, mind you, I ain't rapped in years.
Yeah.
With my brother, I tell y'all, this the only nigga I think can rap with Jay-Z. So we putting this project together. And when my brother starts that pen, his pen don't stop. So
Yeah.
I'm right. I'm about 4 songs in of the topics and the beats we got. This nigga wrote the rest of the album with my verse, his verse, hook, bop, bop, bam. Cause he know he was there. He was with me in the he know everything I'ma say. He know how I'ma say it. And so we had the album done in about 2 weeks or some shit. And we put that motherfucker. Did I send you the album? It's Here We Come. Did I send you that one?
I gotta. You sent me a few of them. I don't know them by name though. You know what I
Bro, the album Here We Come, man. We did, man. That
mean?
that motherfucker is that's still a classic album, bro. That was and we was man, but we the crazy part is I had met a dude online from Chicago who had some fire ass tracks. So we was living in Baltimore, going to Chicago to record. Cause we just linked up. This dude just worked. You know what I mean? It was like I don't know why we did it like that. You know what I mean? I don't even know. Our shit always been different. It's been some different shit. I don't even know. It always just turned out how it turned out. But we ain't have a strategic way of how it's just whatever it drew to us. That's what we did, and it always worked out.
Yeah.
So we did this fucking album, and we recorded it. We probably about 6 songs in. He say, bro, do y'all realize? He said, y'all ain't got no cursing in here. He's like, huh? We just writing and shit, but it's gangsta as a motherfucker. But Here We Come album, it's not one curse
Yeah.
word on that whole album, bro.
Damn.
It's
That's
not
hard
one.
to do.
It's not one curse word on that entire album. But that was when motherfucker was like, they understood our pen was more than just fuck, shit, bitch, damn, boo, up.
Yeah.
Vocabulary. Man, bro, I'm a professional when it comes to this shit, bro. I really, man, I still did it, man. I ain't sharp as I used to be, cause man, but nigga gonna have to. If you put that challenge out there, I'm gonna show the fuck up. I ain't gonna get slaughterhouse around this motherfucker. I still today stand on that. You know what I mean? I feel, man, I still feel like if I get in front of anybody, they motherfucker gonna know out there. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, I feel
Real
like that.
talent don't fade, man. Real talent
Yeah,
don't fade. Yeah, that's the last
it's like
forever and shit, you know.
it's like man, it's a part of it, but it's like now I'm at and when that album out of 1,500 independent artists, that album went up to number 15 in like a month and a half. Went up like a month and a half. Now listen, Funk Flex, motherfucker. We had a team working on that album. Everybody was looking forward and excited about this shit. It was like man, the timing was perfect. The timing was perfect, man. And it was like our manager at the time, Keisha and Ronnie, they had a situation at Hot 97. We were supposed to go to Hot 97. Bro, when I tell you, all right, nigga, I'm at the Mecca. You know everybody that go to Hot 97, they do. You know what they do? We paid for this shit, bro. We paid for this spot, bro. And when we got to Hot 97, I ever see Funk like we would talk. These niggas took our money and they ain't let us in, bro. They ain't let us in, bro. And my niggas on some, ready to be on some other shit, like type shit. It's like, and then man, it was like, man.
What was their reason?
Went off,
man, I still to this day that shit was that shit like, man, I don't even know, bro.
I just heard somebody else say some shit about that on the interview and shit.
I don't even know, bro. And it's like, and then we had a show. We had a show to do. Excuse me. And this was the first time in my entire life. I gotta keep it a bang. I gotta keep it 100, man. I can't sugarcoat nothing. We doing what we do. On that album, I got one of my childhood friends on there. Now, mind you, he come when I bring him to Baltimore. We got a show here. He's saying the love that a motherfucker getting. He's saying that thing. He's saying the availability of what he think he can maneuver his way into and type shit. You understand what I'm saying? He thinking he can use Tax to my bro to try to kind of bump YAK out the way on some more strategic. This is what he thinking, right? You know what I mean? And like, man, we had the show, and when we was running late, my brother was like on some, he was dragging his feet. He was dragging his feet. So when we get to the show, We in the line, bro. I'm like, why the fuck is we in this line, bro? Nigga, we supposed to be inside, nigga. I'm saying this shit because my other best friend came up. This nigga go to my bro like, man, y'all talking shit about you, nigga, what? Nigga, this motherfucker, brother. So he stirred the pot trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cause he thinking he's saying all the probabilities of the street niggas that's around, and you know what I mean. And so he drew a wedge where my brother questioning some nigga. You know me, nigga. Look, nigga, what? You know what I mean? Like, come on, nigga. And that shit like the people that invested in the album, man, my bros, man. One of my partners put 50 bands in. One of my partners put 20 something, and then it was just, but on the strip, they put it up because of YAK, to be honest. So when issues started rising, man, fuck that shit. Shit, YAK, nigga, I got 100 for you, nigga. You want to put a solo project out, but stop. I can't never talk shit about my motherfucking man. Even though I'm ready to fuck this nigga up. Can't do that, bro. You got it, man. Sit your motherfucking ass down, sit still, nigga, relax. And we just let it woosah. And the last project we did, man.
Damn. There's always one fucking snake. Yeah. It's always a snake in the fucking grass, yeah.
That was like, man, you talk about that shit like, cause if everything was, and by this time the internet's moving around and shit. So we reaching places that we never had reached. This album was just climbing. It was just climbing. The head song on there, we did 911 and Feeling Like Jeezy. That's the album. We went back home and opened up for Dipset on. And them niggas heard them, cause we went and got it mixed and mastered. Same place Jay and them. You pop Jay-Z CD in, you hear that bitch sound, you pop his out, pop mine in, that motherfucking quality is identical. So motherfuckers like, who the fuck is these niggas? That album was, and it just, again, didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I guess when something's just not meant to happen, it's just not meant to happen, you know?
Nah, man, it's like,
again, it was to save yourself, yeah. It was to save you from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, man, I've had, and throughout this whole course, I've always had people come like, it's always been people trying to put a wedge between me and my bro. Cause it's not my blood brother. This is my childhood friend who was going through some challenges in life the same way I was. And man, this nigga made a commitment to each other to, nigga, I got your back, you got my back. And we went around the fucking world together and ain't never let nobody violate us. We ain't never leave each other. I tell everybody, man, that was my soulmate for real, with no faggy shit included, bro. Love that nigga more than I love any bitch, yo. You know what I'm saying? It was me and this nigga to the end. They got kill a nigga over this nigga still to this day, though. You know what I mean? That was, and we went, and we was so locked in on it. The problem came in when you start getting older, you're doing more different shit in the streets, and you hustling, and you different lifestyles and bitches and everything. We took our eye off the prize. You know what I mean? But the goal was we was shooting at the goal, but all the other time we went and knocked that motherfucking door down. We wasn't there no more. We let outside entities for the first time in our entire life put some treachery in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Now that shit still fucks me up, bro. Still that first time in our life. And it's like, and man, it's crazy. Motherfuckers don't hear it now. This is the first time I'm really saying. I still, my mom them still don't even know, cause me and my, you know what I mean? Like nobody ever like motherfuckers like YAK and MAK. What the fuck? I could never say nothing bad against my brother. Y'all never, you know what I mean? Never could.
Yeah, that's your brother, man. That's your brother. Shit just happens, man. Shit just fucking happens. Yeah, can't blame nobody on it. Shit, yeah, but it did lead you at least to this project this project now and shit, yo. The final
Yeah,
chapters, yeah. What's
and
the
it's
name
like,
of
man,
this album for the people that don't know this last
I
album?
don't even I don't even know yet, bro.
Oh
I don't
shit, the
even
final
I don't even
chapters, yeah. The
you
final
see
chapters.
you see
Yeah.
you see how I sent them to you. I
Yeah.
caught an itch. I caught an itch one night. My stepdaughter pissed me off. I said, man, what the fuck? I went in the car. I put a beat on one phone, hit record on the other one, did a little sample, adjusted the levels where my voice could, and that's what I came out with. Every one of them. And they don't
Damn.
sound too motherfucking bad. Now I'm about to go to the studio and lay them bitches though.
Yeah.
So
Do you
and it's I
do you
just
feel like do you feel like you still have something to prove?
nah. It's not that. It's not let me make sure I word this correctly. I don't have any regrets for starters. I don't have
Yeah.
regrets about how it I have some what ifs that I still ask myself sometimes. But I don't you understand what I'm saying? But I don't have no regrets, full blown regrets, because it's like, man, I'm still able to I'm still able to, man, do what I do what I love at a high level, still
Yeah.
to this day. I got a couple, man,
Yeah.
because over this whole walk, there's always been some different entities and shit come in. Yeah, why why don't you do a solo project, man? Let us pretty we've got a bunch of those. There was a bunch of
Yeah.
those, and I would always decline them. And now, in hindsight, me and my bro, we didn't talk a few times. Be like, man, damn, we probably should have just took on some of them to to get a foot into something. We talked about this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that because it was a misconception all the time. And I still say this to this day. I'm my brother's biggest fucking fan. It's the coldest nigga I ever met. I put my
Yeah.
I put I put my two hands on this motherfucking table. If my bro lose, chop these motherfuckers off.
Mm.
Yeah.
If he ain't neck to neck with any of these niggas, chop these motherfuckers off. I mean that shit. But everybody else from the outside looking in, you hear YAK. I grabbed you because of my energy and demeanor. So that made a lot of people overlook the nigga that's that nigga. You
Yeah.
understand me? You understand me?
Yeah.
And my brother, that
Yeah.
man, brother, a problem, bro. But everybody always, my personality, my energy,
Yeah.
it always
The voice
overshadowed.
too, man. The
You know
voice.
what I'm saying? It always overshadowed some shit, and it wasn't on purpose. So at time, at times, I think as we start getting developing into the men that we are, and him being that nigga that he is, he start feeling not appreciated. Not from me
Yeah.
though. I'm his biggest.
Yeah.
I only rap his verses. I don't even rap my own verses.
Mhm.
That nigga got the coldest fucking verses, bro. That's the cold. That's the cold. That's the coldest nigga that exists in hip hop to me, man. I stand on that, bro. And they can be like, man, YAK, you crazy. All right, put your money up. But and now my brother, and now needless to say, my brother's he's one of the Israelites right now, man. So he on a whole different walk. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So he like on a whole different he on a whole different walk, and I'm proud of him, man. He still here be more man, businessman and everything. You know what I mean? But he's not rapping. He haven't rapped in years, but he just called me probably about 2 weeks ago. He's finna put a project together. But
Wow.
it's gonna be something nobody's probably ever did. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be like a Book of Eli type shit. Because it's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this. So, but before this, I'm gonna put this last YAK firewall on their ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put this last. I'm about to bust their motherfucking head on this real nigga shit, right? And that's for the masses. And then my brother finna come up like a clutch hit, like a switch hitter, you know, the DH with this final project of his own. So we go, man. You know what I mean? It all
That's
come
dope.
back full circle, man. With two.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't have no
Oh,
regrets, man. And I'm looking forward to where it's at, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, now rap ain't my priority. Rap is still. It's more of a hobby slash passion slash. I still drag my nuts on these niggas because I know I'm good. But man, I got a food truck, snowball truck, man. The wifey building businesses and shit. So that's my focus now. I'm a
hell
hell of a
yeah.
husband now. You know what I mean? I'm a family man now, but that's still that dude that come to the surface when he rapping. He a real dude. He might not be the poster child of it. That's what you see at all times today. But that shit don't ever get erased. That nigga is really who he say he is. He really did the stuff he say he did. He can be fact checked. You're never gonna hear nobody get on the internet. That line that it'll never happen. It'll never
Mm-hmm.
happen. And it's
Hell
and the,
yeah.
and the crazy part of it. We took this walk, and it's so many pockets that I didn't even fill in. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. That's why I have to do like an autobiography because it's so much. Because once I start talking, it's so much, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. You
It's
might
a
have to
lot,
do
bro.
that yak too and shit, yeah.
Man, we can
Yo,
do a part two, man. Because I got stories from inside Nick Dogg's house and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I've
uh,
been in places, man. I've been in some places,
yeah,
man.
we definitely
Music
got to
got
do the
music
part
has
two
music
and
has
shit, man.
music has taken me to some places, some highs that man. If I didn't have that itch in my belly, I might not have ever seen. It put me in some positions, man,
That's
where
dope, man.
you know what I mean. I've met some of the I met so many famous people. Forrest Whitakers, the Chauncey from Minister Society, Ice T, Ice Cube, Dre, Nate Dogg, Warren G. I met so many. I did a song with Hutch from my brother-in-law. I met so many reputable people who know who the fuck YAK is, because I don't give a fuck about where we at. If YAK spit that shit, you gonna remember that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hell
like
yeah.
it's
Hell
people
yeah.
that know. It's a bunch of people that is somebody that know who the hell we is, and it's a bunch of nobodies that question the severity and realness of it. So it's like do some
Right.
doxing, please do some doxing, so you can help me open up the shit. You know what I mean? So because I ain't
Yeah,
gotta
they
lie
gotta
about
know
none
who the
of it,
fuck
bro.
you are off this last. If they don't know who the fuck you are, they gotta know off this last album and shit,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying, man?
But
Man. You know this one I'm putting, man, bro. When I'm done with it, I'm probably ain't gonna be able to talk for about a week because I'm putting everything I got. I'm leaving it on there, man.
man,
I'm leaving it on there.
well shit, yeah. I got one last question. If when it's all said and done and shit, yeah, and your rap career had a tombstone, right? What would it read?
The voice they tried to shut up, but that motherfucker still move the room right now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
My voice
Yeah,
still
we
ring bells, man. Still ring bells to this day, man.
hell yeah. Yeah,
Still ring bells to this day.
we definitely gotta do the yak too, yeah. We gotta do the yak too and shit, yeah. But you know, as in all of our interviews, we try to go off, and leave on a positive note and shit. Yeah. So, man,
Yeah. Hey, I want to thank you for, stopping by, man. And, what I'm saying, sharing your story with us, man. We appreciate it,
Appreciate y'all.
man. If there's any social media you might want people to subscribe to, this is your chance to go ahead and spill out the social media. People to subscribe to YouTube, whatever. You can spit it out right now.
Man, all social platforms, man. I'm YAK Chicago's finest, man. Come check my YouTube out. I get over there, man. It's therapeutic for me, man. Cause I get up, I tell some of my stories. I tell some of the situations that might happen on the sector and in our culture, and I speak on it because, man, I'm a OG for real. You know what I mean? I'm one of them dudes that, man. I tell them, man, the streets is a myth, man. Don't buy into this shit because I mean I'm a dude that, man, that did it. But it's like, man, the end game. My page now is the end game is not. You don't have to be prison or death. And it's like, man, I'm a living witness to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm living proof to that shit. And it's like, man, I ain't afraid to be the voice of reason, man, and tell them, man, you ain't got to be the stomp down gorilla. And man, you can still be respected, man, and go places, man, you never think your ass could have ever thought about making it to, because I damn sure did it, bro. For real.
Hell yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah, this was a great fucking interview, man. Yeah, yo, we definitely got to do the part two because I definitely want to hear more stories about the industry and shit. Yeah,
I mean,
man, yeah,
I enjoyed this one, man. Y'all took me on a journey because it just flowed.
yeah,
It flowed how it
yeah,
should, you know.
yeah, hell yeah, shit. Yeah, we definitely gonna do a new one. Yak, you already know you part of the iTalk family. Shit,
You
I ain't even
already
gotta
know
tell
it,
you
baby.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Soon as
appreciate you,
that
brothers, man.
project drops, we will be letting the world know and shit where they
Yeah,
can find it and shit, where they can listen to it and shit, everything, yeah.
sir,
So
man. You
shit,
already know.
yeah, again,
I'm in over here,
we
man. I rocks
appreciate
with you,
you.
brothers,
Yes, sir. We
man.
appreciate you, man. For real and shit, y'all. And we look forward to what's
Yeah.
more to come from Yak, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
I better thank y'all for man, give me a voice, man, to let me get it out, man. 'Cause
Yes,
man,
sir.
I actually feel good about, man. It's been a minute since I really went that in depth, you know. So I appreciate you, brothers, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. You already know anytime and every time you see us and shit, yo, it's
Nothing but
love,
love.
man.
Already.
Appreciate everybody
Yeah.
and
Man, everybody be
if they
easy,
only
man.
knew. We're
Let's
gonna
get it, man.
actually we're gonna go out with your music and shit, yo. Matter
Hey,
of fact,
hey,
yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Man, you got that?
yeah, I got it loaded up.
All right, man. Yak, appreciate you, yo. And to everybody watching this shit, yo, make sure y'all fucking sub and follow Yak and show him the love, man. All right?
Appreciate
You
you.
ready, man?
Appreciate you. Let's
Yep,
go.
yep.
Hit it.
Let's get
All right.
If they only knew.
But not booming. I can see things clear. Don't get left behind, peeking in from the rear. Keep dreaming. They can't stop the dream. They can't stop the team. But keep your hands up. I know